So Kathleen's piece is called Two Songs for the Sounds Outside, and it's two movements. I don't know if you want to start just by talking a little bit about what went through your head when you heard about our theme requirement and where you went from there.
Well, as soon as I was offered this commission, I was very excited because I've worked with both of them before, and as you know, may know, they're wonderful. So it was actually a little bit of a struggle for me to figure out how to do it within my normal style, because I tend to be a little bit playful and things of the sort, and childhood and loss of innocence, in a duet with two very exposed instruments. I feel like I was like, okay, this is a time for me to try something new. And so in the loss of innocence theme, I kind of took it upon myself to think about those moments before you fall asleep when you're a child and you're kind of terrified at all the different possibilities that could exist in the world. And so the first movement is the possibility that the universe or there's something outside yourself that kind of controls your life. And so, some would talk about, is there a God or something of the sort? And I have these kind of images of the sun and the moon and the stars all being like these conspirators to kind of make my life be something, and that's slightly terrifying. And so the second movement deals with the opposite perspective, which could be that there's absolutely nothing and it's all just yourself and self-guided, and that's also terrifying too and stuff. So it's those two possibilities and those extremes, and I don't really know if I thought about this a lot as a kid, but I did find some things I wrote in high school, which is close enough to being a kid, that kind of dealt with all that, and actually that's where the first lines of the first movement come from and stuff. So I kind of did a little bit of data mining into my own life to kind of pull from my own childhood to create some of this material. So yeah.
Great. And so Kathleen wrote the actual text, that a little bit of the singing during that. Can you talk a bit about getting into writing some of your own text and the ways that you talked earlier about also doing painting and other art forms?
Yeah, and so when I was a lot younger, I didn't really see too much of a difference between all the artistic disciplines. Like I'd kind of go back and forth between music and painting and drawing and writing, and they all just sort of felt like the same sort of world. But as we all know, when we grow up, we kind of tend to have to specialize and pick your path and then just kind of do that. And music's the one that I landed into. And I kept up, art and writing a little bit, but mostly just as in a kind of hobby way. And this was an opportunity for me to kind of try to go back and bring up some of my old writing tendencies and see how it could maybe fit and work together with the music. So, and I've started, my dissertation was my first piece where I really started to use my own text with the music, and that was just the two pieces before this one. So it's a pretty new thing, and so I'm still kind of learning in process, but yeah.
And Kathleen, just in case you guys don't know, also wrote a really great piece for our opera company, Rhymes with Opera, that was about her experience as a telemarketer, and it's really deranged and awesome. So we all have a lot of respect for Kathleen and the work that she does. Thanks. We prior to this concert, we just recorded a 40-minute interview with Kathleen. It was a private event as part of the New Music USA grant, and we'll be putting that up online. So if you guys want to hear more, it should be up in the next few days. She's also here, so you can ask her questions.
Yeah, please. Definitely come up and talk to us after the concert. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.